Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Inspiring Educators. And again, this is your host, Teacher Brian from the Philippines. For this episode, we're very lucky to have another colleague from the International English Language Teachers Association. She's part of the IELTA Pakistan, and she is really okay. I've been waiting for this time to interview her. We've scheduled this a couple of times. That is why finally we got the time to discuss and have this once in a lifetime episode of this podcast. So without further ado, let's all welcome from Pakistan Dr. Afsheen Salahuddin. Doctor, how are
Hi.
you?
Hi, Brian. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, doctor. Thanks for asking. How's your day been, doctor? Is it quite busy there?
Yes, online teaching as usual, and some, home stuff. That's it.
That's our life right now. After teaching, doing some home stuffs, and then
Yeah.
some tasks again in teaching. Just the same cycle, right?
Yes, indeed.
Right, that's good. That's really wonderful, doctor. Now, doctor, me and my listeners are interested to know more about you. So let's get started, Dr. Afsheen, by telling something about yourself.
Well, basically, I'm an English language instructor, and I've been teaching English language courses in university at postgraduate level and undergrad level. I teach MPhil and BS students their English language courses in different universities. So I've been working for around 7 years in Pakistan, and I have a degree in literature, and I'm an MPhil in English language teaching and a PhD in education with my research focusing on English language teaching. And I'm also actively, English language teaching associations as well. And that is how I came across IELTA. And I found some wonderful people like you, Mr. Neil, Miss Sola, Miss Sally, Oxy, and Miss Glenn. Everyone is so good. So I am nowadays enjoying working with all of you. And I also try to, get some research articles published as well and conduct small scale research studies as well. So that's all about myself.
Wow, doctor, you've been in the academe for 7 years, and then you've been teaching higher level. That is something that educators like me are looking upon to those who've been in the academe for quite a long time and those who are already practicing at the higher education. That is really something to look upon in this episode. Now, doctor, I'm interested, as well as my listeners, okay? We're interested about your journey in becoming an educator. So can you share us your story? How did you ended up as a teacher?
Yeah, indeed. When I started teaching my kids, at that time I realized that I can be a good teacher because I've always taught my kids myself, and I found out that I'm good in explaining things to my kids, and their teachers would also appreciate my efforts. And then I realized that why not give it a try. So I applied in my kids' school and started teaching. They gave me class 4, and they told me that you're very soft, so we are giving you class 4. But it was enjoyable experience as well, but it was a bit hectic also because they were small kids and they would just not sit still. They gave me class 4 and they were all boys. They were 18 boys and 5 girls. So it was very difficult for me. And I told them, please give me some higher level so that I will be able to manage it in a better way. But of course, I enjoyed with kids, and they gave me so much love, and I really cherish those memories. And I learned a lot from that experience. And they were not willing to let me go. The children, they wanted me to stay. So I had to finish one academic year with them, and then straight away I applied in university. So it's a jump from class grade 4 to university. Interestingly, when I entered university, I realized that there is not much difference in university students and class 4, because they also sometimes they also sometimes act like class 4 students. And I would tell them, especially the boys, that I left class 4 for teaching adults. Now I am observing almost same kind of behavior, but it is always very enjoyable and interesting to teach and to interact with my students. It makes me feel very happy and accomplished when I have a bond with them, and especially an emotional bond with them. So it makes me feel so good. That is how I continued with this profession. Otherwise, I would have left this profession, but I feel accomplished in this profession.
Wow, that's really a nice story. Most of the educators, doctor, they usually start with young kids, and then as as they practice, they improve up until to university levels. Others would teach adults. But Dr. Afsheen, did you took up the course of education when you were in college? Did you took up education?
Well, I did my master's in English literature, and then did my MPhil in English language teaching, and my PhD in education with focus on English language teaching. So I know about education as a whole, or as a broader subject where language teaching is part of it. But as I have had more experience of teaching English language, so wherever I go as a visiting faculty, they prefer me to teach English rather than teaching education. Although I've taught education as well, but they prefer that I should teach English. So and of course I enjoy more when I'm teaching English language.
Wow, that's really nice, doctor. Most of us, we took education, and then when we took up our master's, doctor's degree, we shift into another level. But then you took education, you put your master's and then your PhD degree in English, right?
Your PhD in education with focus on language teaching, English language.
Language teaching. That's really fantastic, doctor. And then, what caught my attention and what made me happy during this podcast is that when you shared that when you were teaching, the young learners, because they are young, they are acting like little kids. But then when you jump into the higher education to university, some of the students were sometimes acting like little kids, right?
Yes. Not submitting assignments on time, and not sitting on their chairs. They also want to move around, because it's a jump from OA levels to university. So they also take some time to become more sensible and more responsible. They take some time. So, but I enjoy with them as well.
Oh, that's really a marvelous journey, if you'll allow me to say, Dr. Afsheen. Now, doctor, let's go with my third question. Okay, so we all knew that it's not only in Pakistan, it's not only in the Philippines who experience pandemic, but it is worldwide, right? So, doctor, me and my listeners would like to hear your experience in coping up during the pandemic situation. How did you cope up during that situation as Afsheen, and how did you cope up as teacher or Dr. Afsheen? So can you share us your experience during the pandemic, and how did you build yourself as a person and as a teacher?
Well, during pandemic, of course, everyone had to switch to online teaching, and it was absolutely a great shift, like from face-to-face teaching to Zoom and Google Link, and managing students online. It was very difficult indeed. And then the academicians have to take help, take trainings. We also coped with it, although with much difficulty, but we coped with it and we managed to survive the pandemic, which has also taught us that pandemic in a way has made us learn those things which we won't be learning now. Yeah, we won't have learned now, because I didn't know how to use Zoom, how to send my students to breakout room, how to use annotate function, how to use Google Classroom, how to record sessions, how to upload them. So it has made us, unfortunately many people have lost their lives, but still it has made us learn a lot. Plus it has also prepared us to be able to cope with such unexpected natural disasters. Yes, it was difficult, and it's of course very difficult to managing students, because sometimes they won't turn on their cameras, they are video shy, and sometimes there is silence on the screen, no one is talking, and you just seem like talking to a machine. They are not responding, and you're just taking their names, and they are not responding. That becomes very weird. And sometimes I had to control my laughter as well. Then there are people moving behind us, thanks to Google feature, where they have allowed us that we can put an image in the background. Otherwise there are people moving around, then there are noises. So but we have to cope with all these things. Sometimes it also turns out to be funny as well, and when the students are not responding. So it sometimes is lesser interactive, and I miss the real life interaction. But of course we need to manage things as students. Younger ones especially are also stressed out, because it's a big disaster that they're watching in their lives. So we need to be more patient, and we need to be more tolerant with them if they are not responding. So this is what I've learned to be more patient during these times. When they're not responding and I feel like I'm talking to a machine, I just tell myself that they are kids, they are younger than me, so I need to be tolerant with them.
Wow. Well, I'm definitely agreeing with that idea that you've just mentioned, Dr. Afsheen, that we keep on talking. We, of course, when we keep on talking, we tend to forget what time is it, okay? And then when we look at the time, oh, it's almost time already. And still no one is talking, they're just chatting. Sometimes I have also that kind of mindset that, I think I'm just only talking to machine, to robots. Am I still talking to someone?
Yes.
Are you still here?
This happens a lot. And then I had to tell them, are you there? Just let me know if you are there. At least tell me you are there, you are listening to me.
I know, doctor. That's also my favorite spiel whenever I'm in the class. Class, are you still there? Can you hear me? Is my voice audible? Is my sound clear?
Yeah.
They will answer in typing. They will say, yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes.
There will be someone who will say, okay, yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Then you realize that, and sometimes you are so right, they are chatting with each other. And when I look at my son's classroom, the teacher is delivering the lecture, and my son and my son's friends are chatting about GTA, San Andreas, FIFA, Fortnite, and all these things. So these are the things that we are, coping and, enjoying as well. Because students also are so small, and they cannot have real life interaction, and they cannot meet their friends. So of course we need to be more patient.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that us educators who shifted from face-to-face classroom to online to have a longer patience, right? That's the thing that we have trained.
Be more patient and more friendly with the students, and be more tolerant with them.
That's right. Definitely agreeing with that one, what you've just mentioned, Doctor. Now, Dr. Afsheen, for the highlight of this podcast, there are different techniques that the teachers are doing all around the globe. We have the same techniques, but then we are still interested. Once again, me and my listeners are really interested to know, how does Dr. Afsheen inspire her students? Do you have any secret? Do you have a special technique to inspire, or to call their attention? Would you mind sharing it with us, please?
First of all, I would like to, inspire my students by telling them that you don't have to worry about your grades. You just focus on gaining knowledge, and you don't have to compare yourself with others, because everybody is making an effort in their own way, in their own manner. So don't compare yourself with others, and don't worry about grades, because this grade thing just increases anxiety and stress. And many students even commit harm themselves, and they are not happy with their grades. So I just tell them to focus on knowledge and learning, and this is how I try to make them feel good and better about themselves. But still, it's a reality that grades are all the time there, and parents are forcing them to have grades. But I do inspire them. I try to motivate them by lowering my level and making a bond with them, to talk to them. And everybody has a different personality, so I try to understand them. If there is a bigger classroom, then I can't do it, but if there's a smaller classroom, then I try to understand that what they like, and I try to talk to them to create a bond. And then I like to inspire them with encouraging them and telling them that knowledge is something that you need. I give them sometimes a choice to read different novels of their choice, so that they can get inspiration from them, from those writers as well. So it gives them some freedom of choice, and they are happy about it.
Wow, that is really something that we usually do. But then what I love with what you've shared, Dr. Afsheen, is that when you mentioned that you're telling the students that you don't have to worry with the grades. Grades are numbers, right? We can even put perfect score to them, but at the end of the day, they are the ones who are creating that grade, so they don't have to worry that much, because all they need to do is to learn.
Yes, of course. And sometimes a student is having an A grade and he has not learned anything, but the grade is there. So parents and everybody should look into it, that the grade should show that they have learned something. Yes,
definitely. That's one symbol that they have learned. But then, doctor, another thing that I love with how you inspire your learners is that when you said that they must not compare themselves, because teenagers, usually those who are studying in the university, usually they will be comparing, right? For example, you gave this student a B, and the other one who is just laid back, chill, you'll get 8. Then they will question you, how come that this laid back guy got an A while I'm doing 100% on my activities? Why did you just give B? Then that's not the essence, right, doctor? That's not the essence of going to school.
Exactly. And students are so much worried that about the grades and anything, and because this is our system and this system needs to be changed. I think they should be given a pass. That's it. If you are giving them A, B, C, D, you're categorizing your students, and they start comparing with each other, and then they get stressed out, and then there are jealousies. There is not a healthy competition. I think it promotes toxicity in the classroom. This is what I've seen. And it is very difficult for me to give an A to everyone. Of course, I can't give an A to everyone.
That's
so
right.
Those with an A will become narcissists, and those with a C will become, disappointed. So I think if the students are given a pass, that's enough. Because I think we should stop, categorizing students in A, B, C category, because everyone has an ability. If someone has a C in English, he might be very good in painting.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what is learning all about. So I am totally against this grading system. I think there should be a pass only.
Yeah.
That's it.
I definitely agree with that, doctor. It's very simple. Pass, fail, right? There will be no comparison that, oh, I passed. Oh, I also passed. Of course, if you got failed, you didn't give any effort.
Yeah. Fail means that you need to repeat the course, and you should not use the word fail with the student. You can say that you were not up to the mark, so we are referring you to repeat the course. So in order to sugarcoat their failure as well, and telling them their positive points and the points which they have to look for the future reference. So that is going to make this society a more healthy place, a healthier place to live.
Yes, definitely, doctor. And I'm sorry if I said the word failed, but yeah, definitely you're right, doctor, because sometimes emotions are really important.
Yes, exactly. So the parents also will tell the children that your cousin has got an A, she has got so much marks. So this is very negative. I think it has a very negative impact.
Well, definitely agree with that. We agree with that concept that you're trying to share with.
Yeah, thank you for agreeing with me, because not everybody does that.
I have that kind of mindset as well, that if you're going to be categorizing the grade, definitely comparison.
Yeah.
It's very unhealthy in a school.
Yes, very unhealthy. And and in the same manner, the universities get categorized. That if this university has the highest merit, so the cream is going there. That spreads, spreads all around the country. That universities are categorized, people are categorized. So I just don't like this, all around me. I hope that it will end someday. Hope for the best.
Who knows, doctor? Who knows that, they will just be a standardized status to give to the students if they gave effort, if they need a little bit more effort, right? And it's you mentioned the word sugarcoating. Sometimes it's not bad to do that, not just to hurt.
Yeah, exactly, just to keep the students motivated. Because they are young learners, they don't know. We need to make them feel encouraged, not discouraged.
Definitely. That's why the way you inspire your students, I really love that. Plus the fact that you got this kind of mindset when it comes to grading, that is really one of a kind, doctor. Something that our listeners, other educators might, it might be playing at the back of their mind. Well, listening to Dr. Afsheen's episode, she got a point that there shouldn't be any comparison of grading. Let's just stick with one standardized grading system. Okay? So with that one, doctor, allow me to give you what I'm always giving with my other guests. You are considered as one of the inspiring educators. I'm pretty sure that your country of Pakistan will be really proud of you that they got this Dr. Afsheen Salahuddin, who has this passion in teaching, who wants everybody to be equal when it comes to grading, who just wanted to teach and inspire learners.
Yes, exactly.
And with that, Dr. Afsheen, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, doctor, because I'm a one-man team here in my podcast. I'm the one who's interviewing, editing, advertising it. So, doctor, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving me an honor. And I'm very happy. And I listen to your podcast sometimes, and they're very inspiring. So thanks. It was a pleasure.
The pleasure is mine, doctor. And I hope this is not just the last time that we're going to be talking. I hope our two countries, the Philippines and Pakistan, can have some collaborative activities when it comes to education. All right?
Inshallah. Yeah. Thank you
I
so much,
firmly
Brian.
believe with that. I firmly believe with that. And by the way, doctor, okay, just before we end this up, okay, any final words for our educators, for the learners out there?
Yeah, the most important thing for me is to get to know your learners first, establish a bond with them, try to understand them, because they might not have submitted that assignment due to some mental issue, because we are passing through pandemic. So I want the students to and teachers to understand each other. Teacher was a bit strict. Why? Because there might be someone ill or sick in their house, in our home. So students and teachers should try to understand each other. That if someone is behaving in a particular manner, there can be a reason for that. So I think that is the one of the important things that I always have in my mind, and I would like to share it with others as well in these times of pandemic.
Very wonderful. And with that, Dr. Afsheen, once again, thank you very much. And again, we're really honored to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Same here. Take care.
And with that, dear listeners, you've just heard another fantastic educator. Her thoughts, her ideas, something that we can think about, most especially when she told that there should be equality when it comes to giving grades, to avoid comparison. And with that, thank you to all my listeners. Thank you for checking in the podcast, Inspiring Educators. Until our next episode, have a wonderful day, afternoon, and evening ahead. See you next time. Thank you, Doctor.
Allah Hafiz. Take care.